technology, master it. Project Pinky, yeah, episode 1. Basically going to be a recommissioning of the bike. It runs, it rides, it's got no current MOT or anything like that, because this belongs to Mrs. Shed, and she's had some serious shoulder and neck issues, which means she can't ride it, she can't tolerate a crash helmet. So this is going to be part 1. We've decided, because there's a bit of corrosion on the frame down here and all this lot, we've decided the best thing to do over winter, strip it down, get everything, you know, either polished, blasted, painted and all that lot. She's had this about 12 years. It is a Honda CB1 404. Basically it was a more modern version of the 404, except water cooled, obviously. Basically the engine is a sleeved down CBR 600F, chassis running gear CBR 600F if you're ever looking for spares. I think the frame was pretty much bespoke to this bike, but that's not an issue. But everything else, you know, like water pumps, oil filters, stuff like that, anything for the engine, all CBR 600. You could in theory stick a 600 lump in this, but it wouldn't be the same bike. It's a cracking little machine. I've done loads of miles on it since I've known Mrs. Shed, but I'll just show you around. It's time for a bit of a refurb. As you can see, Mrs. Shed did, like I say, she had this 12 years, but she did polish the wheels. Obviously they're all on scabby. Sanctions could do with either a paint or a polish. These were polished. You know, headlight bulb starting to corrode, stuff like that. Rusty bar ends, there's a story about that. She went to a bike rally once, brand new bar ends on and all this lot, nice and shiny, and some fucking nicked them. So from that day on, she's had this thing in her head where she can't have anything nice, basically. This is hydro dipped, and as you can see, it's skulls. Not a fan of skulls, really not. I don't get this biker thing with skulls, really don't. If you've ever seen a fresh skull when it's still wet, you'll know why. Right, as usual, I mean, this is the same age as Nibbler. It's something like 1988. So yeah, brake lines, they're going to be replaced with stainless. The master cylinders and stuff all work okay, and stuff like that. Suspension, you know, stuff like that. I had the back end off the other year and greased all the bearings up and all that lot, so that's all good. But we might get the swing arm blasted, repainted, stuff like that. Basically, it's going to be a very sympathetic restoration. We're going to get the seat recovered. Her dad made the rack, actually, because her dad was a blacksmith, much like Mr. Jones of Doghouse Customs, and he adapted an existing rack for use on this because it never had one. And obviously, if anybody out there knows my good lady, you will know she can basically pack the Titanic on the back of that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so this is the state of play. It's going to have a refurb, and this is going to be sort of episode 1. We're going to get the seat off, the tank off, and the rear bodywork off, because I've got no idea how much battery I've got. This is sort of an ad hoc video, because we've just got the go ahead from Mrs. Shed that's what she wants to do. Obviously, ideally, right down to the frame, because I like to get the engine out, you know, do that. So obviously the oil and coolant and everything's got to come out, which is fair enough. That's for a later video, but for now we just want to start to get it down to its bones. So this next bit I'm probably going to time lapse. One of my favourite tools, this. it's a hose separator. Looks like a normal little set of pliers, but you jam it in there, or if you ain't got room, get 1/2 in, and then when you get like separating fuel pipes, you just do that and you don't get a Chinese finger puzzle. Oh yeah. And you can see now why. You can see the corrosion just starting on the frame. be great if that bloke a couple of doors down wouldn't be using his chainsaw, but basically this is why it's being done. There we go. So we've got down to there, and I've got to stop now and do all the stuff. So yes, I said there wasn't going to be a video today, but this is going to be Pinky part 1. Actually, I don't know when this is going to come out. Anyway, this is Pinky part 1. So hope you enjoyed it, hope you stick along for the ride, and hopefully we'll turn her into something nice. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.